Hello, ladies. It's Mr. O'Sullivan. Let me just make sure Do Not Disturb is on. It is, and we can get to work. Today we're going to be doing a reteach of rotations. So today's learning target is the same as the other days. I can apply the properties of rotations by transforming figures and points in the plane. Just remember, whenever you hear the word rotation, Miss C and I want you to think of turning. All you're doing is just turning your object over. So a rotation is simply a transformation that turns a figure about a fixed point called the center of rotation. Here are your rotation rules. You have to memorize these. When I do a rotation of 90 degrees, I switch my x and my y values, and then I negate my first value. If I have a rotation of 180, I just negate my x and my y values. Now, when I say negate, I don't mean just make it negative. I mean make it opposite. So if you're starting with the -3, you need to end with 3, and vice versa. If I do a rotation 270, I switch my x and my y values, but I negate my second value. And if I do a rotation of 360, I just keep my x and y values the exact same. Nothing changes. So example number 1, plot triangle ABC with coordinates A, -6, 7, B, -4, 3, and C, -6, 3. We're then going to rotate this triangle by using a rotation of 90 degrees. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to plot the point -6, 7. That was weird. So I'm going to go to the left 6, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And that's going to be A. I'm now going to plot -4, 3. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. And then I'm going to plot -6, 3. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3. So I have triangle A. What is going on with my iPad? 1 second. Cut. Perfect. So I have triangle ABC. Let me fix this 1 second. Now what we're going to do is we're going to rotate this triangle 90 degrees. So what Miss C and I are going to do is I'm going to show you how I approach these. So when I do a rotation of 90 degrees, I start with my XY value. However, I switch them and I negate them. So when I do a rotation of 90, I have to switch my X and my Y value. So if I'm doing a rotation of 90 on -6, 7, I'm going to switch them. So I'm going to have 7, -6. Let me change the color of this 1 second. Let's make it this color. So I switch them and I make my first value opposite. So the opposite of a +7 is a -7. Now I do it on B. So I'm going to switch my -4 and my 3. So I'm going to have 3, -4. But I make my first value opposite, or I negate it. So the negative of a 3 is -3. Now I have -6, 3. So I switch them. So I have 3, -6. But again, I negate my first value. So it'll be -3, -6. Now I plot these points. So I have -7, -6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1 second. -7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's A prime. Now I'm going to do -3, -4. So 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's B prime. And now I'm going to do -3, -6. So 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And this is C prime. And then I simply connect those with a straight line. So this is a rotation of 90 degrees. Now let's look at how to do a rotation of 180 degrees. So I do a rotation of 180 degrees. My X and Y values stay in the exact same order. I just negate both of them. So plot triangle ABC with coordinates A, -1, 4, B, 0, 1, and C, 4, 2. So I'm going to plot -1, 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to plot 0, 1. So I start at x equals 0, go up 1, and then I go to 4, 2. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. So I have A, B, C. and then I connect my points. That's a beautiful triangle if you ask me. Now I rotate this 180 degrees. So I'm going to do this in pink now. So my x and y values stay in the same order, so I have a -1 and a 4, but I negate both of them. So if I look at my -1, the negation of a -1 is a +1. So I have 1. And then I negate my 4, so I have -4. So if I'm doing this on 0, 1, there's no way to negate a 0, but I can negate a 1. So I have -1. 4, 2, I still have the same order, so 4, 2, but they're both positive, so now they're going to both be negative. So I'm going to plot the point 1, -4, 0, -1, and -4, -2. So go out 1 down 4, so 1, 2, 3, 4. That's A prime. B prime is 0, -1, so here's B prime. And then C prime is -4, -2, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. And then I connect my points. And that's a rotation of 180 degrees. Now, let's do a rotation of 270 degrees. So when I do a rotation of 270 degrees, I simply switch my x and my y values, but I negate the second value. The first thing we're going to do is we are going to plot triangle ABC with coordinates A, -4, -2, B, -2, -2, and C, -3, 1. So I'm going to go out 4, down 2, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, and that's A. I'm going to plot -2, -2, so 1, 2, down 2, that's B. And then I'm going to plot -3, 1, so 1, 2, 3, 1. And now I connect my points. So all we're doing is we're just rotating a bunch of triangles today. If I can connect them, 1 second. That'll do. Okay, so now I switch my x and my y values. So I'm going to switch them. So I'm going to have my -2 come first, my -4 come second. But now I need to negate my second value. If I look, it's already negative, so the negative of a negative is a positive. So I'm going to be plotting -2, +4. Now I switch my -2's around, so there's still going to be -2, -2. But I negate that second value, so my -2 becomes a +2. I switch my -3 and my 1, and I negate my second value, so it's going to be a +3. So now I plot these points, so I plot -2, 4, so 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, and that's A prime. I now plot -2, 2, let me just move this C real quick. One second, where was I? Now I'm going to plot -2, 2, so I go out 2, up 2, so 1, 2, B prime. And now I'm going to go out 1, up 3, so out 1, up 3, so 1, 2, 3, and that's C prime. And then I connect my points. So this is a rotation of 270 degrees. And that's your final answer. So please make sure you're comfortable with rotating 180, 90, and 270 degrees. If you have any questions, email myself or Ms. Calarundo.